Let's take a look at awareness. But before um, really analyze it, let's look at um, what has been designed by a human mind to give us a way out of our truth so that we can look back inwards and realize the truth that we are, you see? Without duality, without an ego mind, without a human interpretation on what we're looking out into from our inner self through a vessel, a body, to see versions or interpretations of what the mind sees us as, masked by names, objects, planets, because what we are is what we see. So to look outwards and see the world through a mind that is within consciousness, to try and understand what we are as consciousness, as what consciousness, the light of consciousness creates, we see what we are in our totality. So that was the object of mind. That is what the purpose of mind is. But what has happened is we're not happy, you see, with what we are. We need more. We have now found a way of that we are able. We think we are responsible for seeing what we are, for knowing what we are, for projecting what we are. And of course we are, because we are all consciousness. That's our state, our originality, that's our truth, that's what we're looking for right now. So the giving of life to our ability to understand through the mind, through a mind that is born within each of us, makes us want more. I want to see more. We're not happy with being the world, the universe. We're not happy with everything that we perceive, apart from each other, of course, other humans in living forms. We are all this. We are one whole, incredible universe. Each one the same universe, maybe microfiches of the same universe, or each one an individual universe. It's not really, that's a mind wanting to know more, you see? This mind says, oh, I want to know more. I want to know more. Am I a universe? Or am I a microfiche of the universe? Or am I a whole individual universe? And when I find that, I want to know more. And when I find that also, I want to know more. I want to find God. I want to find truth. I want to find that what I am. And you realize it's not what I am that you're looking for. It's that I want to find truth that one is. That this whole one is. So it then becomes separate from you, and meaning it's not personal. I don't want to find what I am. I know what I am. I am this whole experience, this whole life. I am this immortal, infinite universe. The universe is a name. So I am that I am. One is that is then born. Because I'm not separate from you or you or you or you. One is. What happens? And that's awareness. That's what you're born as, awareness. As a child, sees no division, sees no division, has a temporary body, temporary eyesight, peripheral vision, unable to see the whole thing, but the experience, the knowing, the wisdom inside knows this is all of what I am. This is all of what is. So that awareness is what you are. The awareness is what you are. It's where you're looking from. It's where you can never not be. And you can never not be awareness, even when the body passes, you are this awareness. Okay? When this is seen, the biggest, I don't say it's the biggest mistake, because it's a very exciting place to be alive as a human being, is it not? To be able to give names and identifications to individual components of the world that one is, that I am, it must be very intellectual. An ego is born. Identity. I'm going to call that planet Uranus. I'm going to call that planet Venus. I'm going to call myself Graham. I'm going to call my children whatever names. I'm going to call the bed a bed. The thing that I sleep on a bed. I'm going to call nighttime sleep. I'm going to call daytime awake. I'm going to call the slug a slug. So we have to say the slug a slug, but we don't know what it is, so we'll give it a name. I'm going to call that a slug. I'm going to call that a snake. I'm going to call that a rope. I'm going to call that a clock. I'm going to call that a dartboard. I'm going to call, I can call anything I want to call. And then the brain gets so infatuated, angry. What the hell are you filling me with this information for? I'm not a computer. I'm not a hard drive. I'm trying my hardest to keep this body alive so that you can maintain this oneness, this awareness, and you're not happy. And the brain creates no enemies. It doesn't fight against you, the one that it is giving you life to, because you're not the body. You're the consciousness that's created a body for yourself that is one. And it's not you personally created the body for yourself, because consciousness is whole. So one body, one whole, one. And they call it non-duality. It's called true being. It's called all is as it is. It is the idea that this is as it is. Now what happens with this identification parade? I'm now a person. I'm now a name. I'm now living in this house. I have a dress. I have a dress, not a dress. Unless you're female or in between. I have a place of abode. I can catch that bus or that train. I can get in. I can go to my job. I know what it is. I know what day Christmas Day is. I know what day Easter Day is. I know what day my birthday is. I am full of knowing, and I know what cash is, and I want more cash. You see, we're wanting more of individual little things because we want more. We want to see God. I'm not happy. I've got so much ability now. I am able to see myself as the universe. So I want to know more about the universe. I want to know more about beyond the universe. And then you become humanly aware. Humanly aware. That's human awareness. I know that picture on the wall is a picture of my granddaughter. I know that planet up there on that screen in this lecture hall is Venus. I know my birthday is 3 days' time or 5 days' time. I know the lamp is white. I know the bed is comfortable. Awareness. I am aware of all these things. And then you go onto YouTube and a speaker speaks about awareness and you have no idea what they're speaking about. Because they're speaking about the whole. They're not saying individual little narrative stories about the picture and who is on the picture, the color of the lamp, the state of the bed. They're saying awareness truly is. they have returned to that place of pure seeing where they are whole. So the ego is the veil, is the mask that has been born, that has been man-made, created. And there are people who, very, I would call intelligent people, who have went back into our what we call time, although I don't know what time is, because awareness does not separate time from no time, does not separate from good from bad, does not separate man from woman. Awareness is all is as it is. Everything is one. Right? They have went back into time and said, ego started around 1400s, 1300s, when powerful people realized that we could educate them into believing that they can get more. Believing already you want more, but let's tell them it's true. They can see whatever they want to see. They can see God, they can see the universe, they can be rich if they just listen to us in this systematic tower that they called I. And this tower basically is ego. And if you believe you are this person, the body, the mind, alone as a name that was born, will have to go through the process and will die, your ego. And you're living in this tower. That's why most feel bound, including this one. Before awakening, couldn't fit in to this tower, didn't feel comfortable in this tower, didn't know he was in a tower, just thought the same as everyone else, this life is not for me. I am not able to be myself, to be my true, genuine self in this life, so therefore I want out of this tower. And you open the door like Assisi and Rumi, and you realize that the ego was looking from inside the tower. And you look around you and you say, I'm not in a tower, I'm free. I am not this name, I am not this body, I am not this flesh and bones, I am not this identity, I am not the person that I thought I was. Alone. I can still be that. I can still live as that. I can still appear as that. But I am not ever out of awareness. The awareness where no stories, no identifications, no divisions, no this is an experience and when the video is finished I will go into another experience. No, all one experience. No separation, no division, no need to discover, no desire to be anything other than here, not geographical here, present, aware, alive, being. No attachment to the body, no attachment to the world, because these are names. I don't have to be attached to my body to love my body. I don't have to associate with my body to love my body. I don't have to tell the world my body is great, because that's ego. I don't have to tell the world my body is shit, because that's ego. Ego is the story, the opposing values, the narrative, the projected understandings, the need to know, the intellect, the intelligence, the information, the hard drive, the CV, the process, the system. No one can escape the system. The biggest mistake you can make is to try and escape I. You can come out of the tower every day at night and go into your room and put on some candles and listen to Dzogchen or Vedanta or Buddhism or Krishnamurtis or Osho or some sort of incredible angelic music or whatever it is, and disappear. And disappear not out of the world, but into the awareness that you are rising from. You cannot be non-dual in a human body permanently. It's not true. You are always non-dual permanently, but you cannot experience the non-duality permanently. You cannot experience being dual permanently. At deep sleep at night, are you dual? Are you somewhere walking around separate from the experience, or separate from the world, or separate from the dream? You are completely whole. Darkness, sleep. Mind doesn't like it. Mind thinks it's death. Mind thinks it's a disaster. I'm not doing stuff. I don't know where my children are. That's attachment to the ideas that your children are separate from you. The attachment from the ideas that the world is separate from you. They are attached to the ideas and the thoughts of the system to say, I'm alone. There is not anything like solitude. Solitude. How could you be so let alone? Even in emptiness, even in that, when you deny all this stuff and you disappear into this vast emptiness, you're not separate. You become one with emptiness, with nothing. Even in your room, even standing on a hill when you think the whole world has died and you're alone, you're not alone. You're one with what the ego calls components: sky, hills, consciousness, universe. But when you see it as the ego, as individual names, you start to feel alone again. But I'm down here, So awareness is being one with every single thing. And when you say every single thing, you think you have to be one and join up the dots to every single thing. You have to just drop the idea that I exist as that person, as that body, as that me, as that individual component, as that flesh and bones. There is nothing here but that what is. Are you out of that what is? Are you within that what is? Even if you get to that individual state within consciousness, it's a move, it's a bonus. But when you become one with yourself, one with consciousness, when you open the door and embrace ego, embrace everything, embrace life, embrace death, embrace fear, when you embrace everything, you merge and become the moment of awareness, the moment of presence. And therefore there's nowhere for you to go. You are that presence, that awareness. You are here-ness. Papaji calls it truth is. The speaker calls it all is. One is. Is. I, the tower, the stable, the maple. S, the moving, emotionally loving consciousness. Together is.